Good afternoon, fourth grade. Welcome back to another day of science learning. I hope you had a wonderful morning and are ready to log back in to continue to learn more about our the different activities that we'll be doing today. Now, I know that yesterday was very hard to use the Nearpod. It first the audio was not working, and that was my mistake. I am so sorry. I did not realize that my microphone was not picking up my sound when I was talking. I am I'm hoping that this will work better for you guys. I will be sure to double, triple, quadruple check the sound to make sure that you will so to make sure that you can so to make sure that you are able to listen to it. Also, I know that Nearpod was giving people some difficulty. I honestly I do not know what happened. It's some technical difficulties that occurred. I did receive a lot of answers, and some of the answers that I received, it did record your name, and then on some it said your name and no answer, or some just had a number but did not have uh, it had a number and it had an answer. So I am completely sorry about that. I I'm glad that I was able to receive some of your responses. I enjoyed a lot of the responses I received. For example, one student shared science doesn't really affect my life, but more helps our life. And yes, that is correct. Science is a part of our life, and it helps our everyday life. And then another student made an interesting discovery that makes me excited to even begin teaching you to begin diving into our science learning this year, because they made a discovery that science isn't just about chemical explosions, which are really cool, but it's much more. It's more about helping our. It's something small as the clothes we wear to um, helping our environment, how it affects how science affects our environment, also how we are able to use science to create tools like computers, cars that can help us or have internet access. I was glad that I was able to read a lot of your responses in Nearpod. Um, just because it was so the the program was being very difficult. Please do not worry if you are unable to turn it in on time. Um, I just want I want you I want you to be able to share your science thinking and begin to making those connections in your brain. I want you to think about I think science beyond just the classroom of us of us. I want you to think about science beyond the classroom, where we just where we can mix different chemicals and create explosions, or where we observe and examine different types of material. I want this year in science learning, we're going to expand from our classroom to the worldwide. You guys are learning at home now. So my goal in teaching you science is to teach you that science is all around, in our classroom, in our homes, in our everyday life, and we when we use it to our benefit. Today, we're going to take a little pause on exploring what science is about, and I want to bring us back to accessing Google Classroom and working and being able to watch the videos. While I am seeing that many of you that a group Well, I am seeing that a group of you is watching the videos and right on task um, answering the different Nearpods, completing the different activities, the videos, the draw with me, all that. I thank you very much, and I am very happy that you are taking responsibility of your learning and applying your knowledge and sharing it with me. That makes me very excited to be able to teach you to begin our science learning this year. However, I have noticed that not everyone is logging in to watch the videos. I work very hard to be able to record the videos, edit them, and create the questions so that they can be ready accessible to you on Google Classroom. As that is my responsibility, I expect for you to play your part and be responsible as well when it comes to watching the videos and completing the Nearpods. The videos and the Nearpods are posted every day onto Google Classroom under classwork, and each video and each activity are posted in the same day. It is your job to watch the video. You have two options. One, you can watch the video by yourself, and usually I will try to keep my videos less than 30 minutes. It is your responsibility to watch those videos, because in each video it's the information, and it's going to provide images. I'm going to speak about what you are going to need to be able to complete the activity, whether it be a Nearpod or writing in your science journal. We will be writing in our science journal. We're not going to start writing in it until the last week of September, going into October, just to be sure that we are able to access around Google Classroom, logging into Zoom, and our Nearpod. Your second option is every day I am going to have I'm going to have two separate Zoom Q&As. In those Zoom live Q&As, what I will be doing is this video that I am recording to you right now, I am going to play it back on the Zoom call, and you will have the opportunity to be able to raise your hand, ask any questions that you may have in order to complete the activity, or if you have questions, if something isn't making sense, I will be there to be able to help you. A lot of you guys have been logging in, and I have noticed it has been helpful to figuring out the different activities, or when you are having technical difficulties. I have two sessions to log into Zoom. If you are Mrs. Muniz, Ms. Kovlin's, or Mrs. Anderson's class, your Zoom login time is from 11:45 till your Zoom login time is from 11:45 till 12:25. Now, I open the Zoom meeting room at 11:40. That gives you about 5 minutes for you to join into the Zoom meeting room. And I know that is right after lunch, so if you are a little late, I will be understanding. But after 11:47, I will not be letting anyone, more members, join into the meeting, because one, you're gonna jump in and maybe you're gonna be confused on what I'm talking about. If I try to catch you up, then that's going to distract your classmates. So if you would like to be a part of the Zoom live session, it is your responsibility to log into Zoom at that time. If you are Mrs. Flores, Ms. Muniz, or Ms. Albrecht's classroom, it is your responsibility to log in from 12:25, which is when the Zoom meeting room will be open, and we will start our learning at 12:30 and go till 1:15. From 12:25 to 12:30, that gives you guys about 5 minutes to be able to log into my Zoom meeting. So I want you to pause right now and write it in your notebook. have it, write it in a sticky note, wherever you're going to have that's going to be close to you. If you are in Mrs. Muniz, Mrs. Anderson's or Mrs. Kovlin's class, you need to be in our Zoom meeting room by 11:45. If you are in if you are in Mrs. Flores, Mrs. Melvin, or Miss Albert's classroom, you need to be logged on by 12:30. That way, we are able to start right on time, and we can reach the different parts of the lesson. Again, I cannot let you in afterwards to make sure that we are moving in a timely manner. Another thing, I have been receiving a lot of emails on how to access Zoom. If you watched our first day video, I went through a quick I took a quick tour of our Google Classroom and showed you where these resources can be found. If you go on Google Classroom, under resources, I'm going to show you a picture now. Under resources, as you can see in the picture, there are different links. There is a PowerPoint to my email. There is the login information that you will need to log into our science textbook. There is the form that you need to fill out if you have any questions, which I will talk about next. And there is our Zoom link. That Zoom link that Zoom post has two things. One, it has the link that all you gotta do is click, and it will take you directly to our Zoom meeting. Under that Zoom link is also a quick PowerPoint, a 2-slide PowerPoint. It has my office hours, a link to the Talk to Me form, and then also the time that you need to log into our live Q&A if you forget what your assigned time is. It has a chart with your teacher's name and the time that you need to be ready and logged into Zoom. I keep repeating this because it is if you are having trouble with completing the activities, if you are having trouble with accessing Zoom, I want you to be comfortable in our Google Classroom to be able to log in and get that information. Another thing is the Talk to Me form. The Talk to Me form is a Google form that I created for you guys if you guys have any questions and I am not available on Zoom. That Talk to Me form you can fill out, and it asks you it's gonna ask you who your teacher is, what your question is about, and what question you are having. You fill out that form, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Now, if you fill out that form, after you fill out that form, it is your responsibility to be on the lookout for an email. I will send you an email where I will tell you what is the next step that we are going to take. I will tell you if we need to log on to Zoom. I will give you the meeting code and the time that we are going to log in. It will be an individual call, or I will give you a quick written response so that you are able to work it out. But it is important that you that you are on the lookout for that email, because if you have a question and I respond immediately and then you don't see the email, I won't be able to help you because I have no other way to contact you. I know this is difficult, and online learning comes with a lot of responsibility, but if we are able to use our resources to the best of the ability, it will help our learning run much smoothly. When I have my office hours between 1:15 and 2:45, I will be helping out students independently. I will be helping you out um, one-on-one based on whatever you may need. So, if you join the Zoom meeting room between 1:15 and 2:45 and I do not let you in immediately, do not worry. That just means that I am working with another student, and as soon as I am done working with them, I will let you into the meeting room so that I can help you out. Um, but if you are waiting in the waiting room, please be listening. Please be listening and don't go away from your computer so that you are able to hear me when I log back in with you to ask to be able to help you. I have a couple of students who are waiting in the waiting room, and then when it's their turn and I call out to them, hello, hello. Their cameras there, they're logged in, but their body has went to another place. So if you are in need of help of something, please use that resource and visit me during office hours. But you need to be you need to be mindful of that you are connected, and I will help you as soon as I am done helping your classmates. I have a lot of youth students. There's 149 of students. Different students come in at different times to ask me a question. So I need to take my time with each of you to ensure that everyone has the help that they deserve. Our science lessons, we will have science lessons every day. Typically on a full week, we will have science lessons Monday to Thursday. So our science lessons will only be four out of the 5 days of the week. Now this week, since we did not have school on Monday, our lessons will go from Tuesday till Friday. When I when each lesson is uploaded, there's going to be an assignment that is posted with it. I need you to complete that assignment by 8 a.m. the next day. That way I am able to keep track of all the work that you are completing. On the assignments, there's different questions about, some of the questions may be asking you to give me some information of what I am sharing in the video, which is why it's important that you watch the video throughout the whole way and listen carefully to the different parts. That way when it comes to answering the questions, you are able to use what you heard in the video and answer the questions in the science lesson. I know that these first few days it has been a hassle, it has been difficult to be able to use it. However, when we listen to the video and we read our questions carefully, the information will be much easier understood if we are being focused, active learners. So please be sure to turn in your assignments by 8 a.m. the next school day. Each assignment that we have, when I create an assignment, some of the assignments they may I will create just to be able to give you directions on what is expected of you each day. I noticed that Google Classroom, when you create an assignment, it gives you a button to turn in. Now sometimes you might not have any document to turn in, or there's nothing available for you to turn in, and that is okay. I know that you completed your assignment on Nearpod, and when you complete an assignment on Nearpod, as soon as you click submit, it sends me like a report with your name, the questions that you answered, and what you said. So um, click so there is, it's not necessary for you to click submit on Google Classroom, but if you do, it's going to say, it might say there's no assignment here, what are you talking about? Just, if it says that, it's okay, just click OK and click submit, and I will see that that is a sign to me that you went on Nearpod, completed that work, and now I am able to review it and see what your thinking was. These are just some reminders that I would like to give you guys on how what accessing our science classroom is like. These past couple of days, I know it is on new, balancing science class with reading, with math special. I understand. I completely if I Google Classroom is a new tool that we are using, and we are not used to it, and that is okay. But if I create this videos to make learning for you as easy as possible. I like to provide details step by step. I like to give you guys pictures of what you need to do. That way, if you are completing the work, if you are watching the video independently, it isn't hard. It isn't too difficult to find the resource. And then if you aren't completing the video independently and you are logging in with a live session with me, if you have any questions or something doesn't make sense, I can answer it for you there. Today I used our time to review on how to access Google Classroom, because we won't be able to have our best science learning if we aren't using our tools and resources to the best of its ability. We have to make the resources work for us. Now, to wrap up, I'm going to have 2 collaborate boards. These collaborate boards are going to be questions where I'm going to ask you a question, and you're just going to share your thinking with me. It's just based on your opinion, based on what you know. The first question is going to be, when you think of science, what pops into your head? The second question is going to be, what do scientists do? When you think of a scientist, what is their job? What are different activities? What is the work that they do? An additional reminder, you guys are in 4th grade. I expect you guys to be writing sentences. I am noticing that some students are writing just one word, and even though that is giving me some information, I need you guys to write sentence, a whole 1 to 2 sentences, sharing your thinking. Thank you for logging in with me and watching our science lesson with me today. This is only our 2nd week of school, our 4th day of school. We're still getting familiar with Zoom, Nearpod, and Google Classroom, which is why if it begins to sound repetitive, I just want you to be as comfortable as possible in using Zoom. Hope you guys have a good rest of I hope you guys have a good afternoon. Thank you for logging in and watching their videos, and have a good day.